Alright, what is up guys? VV back with another video. And today we're going to be looking at a game from the Knoxville Regionals side event. We're going to be looking at some of the other games later. But real quick, I just want to show y'all, if you're ever trying to watch, the One Piece games, if they stream them on Twitch, this is typically where you'll find it, is the One Piece card game tutorial channel. And if I hit F11, you can see it's twitch.tv, directory, category, One Piece card game. Okay, you can just literally type that in your browser and you go straight to it. As I'm recording this, the game is literally, the tournament is still in progress as I recorded this game. And the actual people that are streaming it is these people right here, the Pro Play Games Live. So definitely be sure to check out their channel if you haven't already, because it looks like they post a lot of tournament-style, setups here in games. All right, so let's go ahead and hop into the game. Let me hop out of this, leave this back up where it was, and okay. So let's go ahead and get this game started. So this was a side event game. Again, this is not part of the actual event. Let me pause, and y'all know I like to play these on 2x speed. That's just the way I like to do it. And this is not a long game by any means, but this was a side event at Knoxville, and it's purple yellow crocodile versus purple green Doffy. So I thought this was really cool, a really cool game. I have seen it, but I'm still gonna give you guys my analysis of the game. We'll pause and talk about things as they come up, and especially about the decks themselves and what to expect from OP-04. Okay, so let's go ahead and start into it. The purple yellow player's on the left, purple green player Doffy is on the right. And just pass by each player to start the game off. Okay. And looks like Croc is going to draw first blood here. Attack. He said something. I think he was explaining what the ability is, and then plays a 2-cost blocker. Doflamingo's turn. Swings 5. Croc takes it. And then the Nami Searcher. This is the 3-cost 5,000 power Nami Searcher here. That looks at the top 3 for a film card. Right. There she is on the bottom right. I really like the setup they have. Let me pause and talk about that. The setup they have for the PPG events here are really nice. Like, you see how on the right side they have the player's name Tyler. On the left you got Trevor here. Purple Yellow Croc versus Doflamingo. And then they have the cards that are up, right here and here. So that's really nice. I do like the way they have that. Okay, so let's see what happens now. The Doffy player passes it back to the Crocodile player. Okay, and it looks like we're going to attach 2 and swing 7, and he Punk Gibsons to block out of it, tapping down the blocker. That is very nice, right? Because this 2-cost 2K blocker was meant to give the Crocodile player a little bit of cushion, right? A little bit of protection for future attacks. But it's not going to end up being like that now that it's tapped down. Okay. And plays a 2-cost, 3,000 power, 2K counter, Sanji. This is a yellow Sanji card. And there it is. They have it at the bottom left now. This card is if you attach 2 Dawn, swing for 5, you're going to draw a card from the top or bottom of your life, and then add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to your life. Add 1 card from the top of your deck to your life. Okay, so that's really nice, right? Because that's not taking life from you, it's actually drawing you a card and helping you arrange your life cards the way you want them. This is kind of like Yellow's version of Garp, to be honest, like the 2-cost 3,000 power Garp that can KO a 0-cost in Navy and Black Navy. Okay, so let's see what happens. Attacks with Nami, pays 1. So for Nami's effect, you do have to pay 1 every time. It's on play and when attacking, pay 1 to look at the top 3 and draw a film card. Okay. Doflamingo swings 5, and Croc takes it there. Croc does take it. Now, we do know with purple and yellow, there's going to be some life gain, right? We do know that's coming, but I wonder how sparingly you should be with taking your 5K hits early on like this, because we are only on turn 2, right? I think we're just now going into turn 3. Or no, we're going into turn 4, it looks like, because 7 Dawn on the Croc's side. And Guild Tessero has now been established. That is a... okay, hang on. So because the Sanji was not taken out the turn prior, now Sanji's going to start generating some card value. So this card did replace itself. That was a good play, playing that up front. A lot of people are scared to play their 2K counters out. Yes, you should be sparing with them, but if the opportunity arises where you can play the card, by all means play the card, right? Some 2K counters are much better options than others, of course. You know, like for example, Suru, if for the black cards, drops the cost down by 2 and helps you get targets in range of your KO abilities. Or same with Tashigi, same exact thing. Or like with Bartolomeo, the new 3-cost, 3,000 power blocker from Dressrosa 2K counter. That's just a card with incredible utility. Okay, so let's see what he gets here. He draws a card from top of his life, puts one back on the top. And still has 5 Dawn left to work with. That was, and he takes out the Nami with that. Wow, so he actually does take out the Nami with that attack from Sanji for 5 on the dot. I think the logic is he has generated enough value from the Nami, and he has a Guild Tesoro on the board. Okay, and takes the 8k attack from Croc. And the Croc swung for 8 exactly because he's trying to eat Punk Gibsons out of his opponent's hand, or Spiderwebs. Like, let me get all these, you know, 2-cost 4,000 counters out of my opponent's hand. Alright, let's see what happens. So we're on 8 Dawn for the Doflamingo, getting dangerously close to 10 Dawn, and we know Purple Green's big boy is Doflamingo now. With 10 costs, keep up to 3 targets rested. It could be characters or leaders. Okay, swings 5 at Sanji. I would not counter out of that either, because it would take a 2k and a 1k or an event from hand. Is it really worth it? Because then he can also swing with Guild Tesoro, and he's not going to use Guild Tesoro or Guild Tesoro's effect yet, because he wants to get to 10 Dawn first. Okay, Blast Breath. So you saw that Blast Breath costs 1 Dawn. It costs 1, and you have to minus 1 Dawn. However, with Crocodile's effect, the leader's effect, you can return the Dawn back unrested. So that's going to have good synergy, especially with the 8-cost Crocodile, the purple 8-cost Crocodile. And okay, so here we go. Really incredible tempo play here from the purple-green Doffy deck. The Doffy list has this a film package where it can go 7-cost Luffy, which is a 7-cost, 7,000 power blocker. It's at the bottom right of the screen. And that can drop a 4-cost or less film character as well. Or a film or Straw Hat, I think. Oh, by the way, with Nami, I think it's look for a film or Straw Hat crew, just so y'all know. I might have been a little off on that. Y'all help me out in the comments section below if I missed that. But anyway, the main idea here is the film stuff. So he's going to be able to, for 7 Dawn, he just played a 7,000 power blocker and a 5,000 power blocker. So just extremely, very good momentum swing, tempo shifts. All right, so let's see how the Crocodile tries to deal with this, because that was a big turn from the Doflamingo. And he has 10 Dawn active because of his leader's effect. And next turn, okay, blocks the, okay, let me pause real quick. Remember, next turn, we're going to be on 10 Dawn for the Doffy. The purple-yellow player just played the 8-cost Crocodile. This character's an 8-cost 9k, Dawn -2, gain a life. If your leader's Baroque works, I believe. And then he also has a, when attacking, Dawn -1 to draw a card and trash a card. Now remember, if I'm not mistaken, the purple-yellow Croc's effect only can happen on your opponent's turn. Let me just make sure real quick over here on my other monitor. I'm pretty sure that's excuse me, that's how that works. Yeah, it's on opponent's turn once per turn. When you return Dawn from your Dawn field to the Dawn deck through one of your effects, add 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck as active. Set it as active. So that's what's going on there. Okay, so let's see what happens. The Doflamingo player is in a very good position. He doesn't even, let me hit pause, he doesn't even have to play the 10-cost Doffy currently, because look at his board. He's got 3 characters that have relevant stat lines to have blocker versus the 1 of his opponents. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Doflamingo uses this turn to set up, right? Like that's kind of the logic here is, okay, if I'm in good position where I'm in control of this game, why not just get an even better condition? So right there, when he attacked, the Doffy player attacked, and the Crocodile player used the Crocodile character's effect to draw a card, trash a card. And it's Dawn -1, but the Dawn comes straight back from the leader's effect. Okay, and he gets a, is that Miss Valentine? I don't remember the name, but that's the one where it searches on trigger. It's a trigger searcher, basically, for Baroque works. Okay, and we get down to 7 cost Luffy. And so another, I got to pause now, really, really incredible tempo here. And these are all blockers. Remember, other than Guild Tesoro or Guild Tessero, however you say that, they're all blockers. Both Udas, both, those are the same Luffy, by the way. One's just an alt art. So just the Doffy player is in a commanding position. Okay, Narakabura Arrow comes out to stop the 7k attack, and he did use Guild Tessero's effect to return 2 Dawn to draw 2 cards. So he's generating card advantage. He has full board control right now, and he has to be getting close to like getting his hands on a Doffy, right? Like it's just a matter of time, right? That's just all there is to it. He has to be getting close to getting his Doffys. The 10 cost Doffy, right, to close out the game. So, okay. So let's see what happens here. So yeah, he has a lot to think about. Let's see where he swings here. The Crocodile player has a lot to think about because, okay, he's gonna block and Spiderweb to stand. Okay, that was huge. So remember that Luffy is a 7k blocker. Okay, so the Crocodile player went ahead and played out another 8-cost Crocodile to gain a life by returning 2 Dawn, and now he's coming in sideways with his leader. Actually, no. He did not come in sideways because of what we were just saying. Think about that. If he swings sideways here and the Doffy player plays 10-cost Doffy, well, now he's going to be able to lock down the leader as well. Okay, so that was very smart doing that for the Croc player. And like I said, I did actually already see this game because I was watching the tournament live, and and you guys should too. If you like watching the games, just find them on Twitch, find them on because on YouTube I think there's other sites too to look at, but the PPG stuff should be on Twitch. But let me pause real quick. But the commentator was doing a really good job. Whoever the commentator was, he was mentioning how it was really smart not to swing with Crocodile because I was like, yeah, well, why didn't he just swing? It's a free swing. Well, against Doffy, now it's going to be locked down, right? So very, very good pickup there. Okay, so swings for 9 with Doffy. Doesn't even care about playing 10-cost Doffy. He's in too much control of this game. Swing 9 with Guild Tesoro. Return 2 Dawn, draw 2 cards. Yeah, it's not looking good right now. It is not looking good for the Crocodile player for obvious reasons. And he's going to use Blast Breath to return it to his hand. Use Blast Breath, return a Dawn card. He's already used the effect once. Because remember, the 8-cost Crocodile character can actually Dawn -1, draw a card, trash a card. So he's already used the effect. He can't do it more than once per turn. Okay, so he's gonna go ahead and get pretty aggressive here. He's probably sitting on a Spiderweb. Swing 7 with Luffy. It's a blocker, but now it's going aggressive, right? That's just a lot going on here. And if he does, he counters out. Looks like the Croc does have to counter out of this. He sees that that's the only possibility to keep going forward to have a chance in this game. And he's going to return 2 Dawn cards to his field. Now, remember, like, he should have 10, right? But he only has 7 because he's had to use his Dawn minus abilities, which is a serious crutch. Excuse me. It's a serious crutch when playing purple decks. Is a lot of times you have to return Dawn cards to your Dawn deck, which can kind of slow you down into the late game. But it's not so much the player's fault, but maybe there is a way to play around it. Who knows? Maybe a way to build your deck around it. But it's just it's at a position now where it's looking very bleak when you're bored. The idea is, okay, I'm going to return Dawn cards to make these incredibly powerful plays. But then when they're not strong enough to give you board control, it just feels horrible. And I think that's the position that our Crocodile player's in right now. Okay, and he knows too. I gotta pause real quick. I'm sorry, guys. He knows that he can't overcommit here because then his opponent's just going to drop Doflamingo and the game's on lock. So if you swing with too many characters here, you just auto lose, essentially. Okay, so he's going to swing 6 at Guild Tessero, and he's going to counter out very easily for 6 there. Now he's going to come in for 9k at Luffy, and he's going to Thunder Bagua to counter out, and going to come in for 9 more at Luffy. Let's see what happens here. Just counters out, and that feels awful. So guys, yeah, whenever you're attacking in like this, he invested 4 Dawn into attacking with the whatever that little searcher's name is. I think it's Miss Valentine, actually. When you're doing, you invested forward on there. You invested 3 attacks and got nothing out of it. And what seems like card advantage, like, okay, well, I got him to trash 4 cards, right? I think it was like 4 or 5 cards he trashed. Yeah, but he's drawn 4 cards with Guild Tesoro at this point, right? So it's not like you're actually, it just feels awful. He's in a very, very rough position. 7 at Guild Tesoro keeps it alive because he knows he's going to draw 2 more with it, and this is what dominant position he was in. He had 2 blocker Udas up there he could have just thrown away if he needed to, because you can only have 5 characters on the board at a time anyway. Well, he just knows he's safe here. Okay, let's see what happens. I wonder how many cards are in the Doffy's hand. So swing 5, uses the Crocodile character's effect to draw a card, trash card, Return of Dawn, but it comes into play untapped because of the leader's effect. Okay, I can't really see the trash pile for the Doffy because there's a huge glare on it, but I think that was a beige and a Miss All Sunday or something from the draw trash. Yeah, I think he drew a card and trashed the Miss All Sunday, and then, okay, Blast Breath to get out of that attack, coming in for 9k, and that's going to be game. Awesome showing of both of these decks here. I'm a big fan of the purple-yellow Crocodile leader. I think he's really cool. I've talked to Joey from Heart Pirates TCG. That's my guy there. That we're always talking cards, talking about building decks and stuff. And we got a lot of cool stuff in mind for purple-yellow Croc. Mainly him. He's more the Crocodile player, but of course I always chime in when I can, throw out any help that's possible. But I do think the list has potential. And by the way, I don't know anything about this side event, so if anyone knows like what it was for, by all means share in the comment section below, because I have no idea what this side event was for. But the purple-green list I do see as being slightly more competitive than the purple-yellow list. And it's nothing against purple and yellow, it's just a matter of that little film package that purple-green has is full of blockers, it's full of tempo, and it's full of card draw. And that's just going to get you to the point in the game where you can put down a huge monster, a huge boss monster like 10-cost Doffy, and all the while you're sitting on 2-cost 4k counters in hand because your leader's effect is allowing that to happen. So I do see purple-green Doffy as being very powerful right now, but I still think that purple-yellow Croc is strong but needs a little more love. That's just my own personal opinion. Not to say the deck's bad. You guys, the people who follow this channel know me. I am all about playing decks that are not top tier. That is, like, I don't want there to be any kind of misconception. Like, currently I'm playing a Rebecca list in my local area, but that's not because it was broken. I've been ranting and raving about the leader since before it was even, since it was revealed, before it was even in tournaments. And I'm gonna have to put my own spin on it, of course, to make it my own style, so that it's not just a copy paste net deck, stuff like that. And I'll do an update on that later. It's struggling right now in the West, guys. I'll tell you all that right now. The blue-black Rebecca stuff is very, very much struggling because there's just simply not as much red in the West, especially on a local scene, and that's probably because of the restrictions that are in play. And that's not to say red's bad now or anything like that. It's just a simple statement of fact, right? It's just because they're, locally you're not going to see the most competitive decks, and because of the restrictions, a lot of people aren't playing red because they think it's too much of a hindrance. So because of that, it was an inadvertent nerf to Rebecca, if that makes sense. Anyway, I don't want to ramble on for too long. I think you guys know what I'm saying. This game was really awesome. Really big fan of seeing all these different color, different style decks, purple, yellow, purple, green, blue, black, and all that good stuff. So I will have a few more videos to post from Knoxville, but we'll see. We'll see what all they post. I'm at the mercy of the streamer, right? Of whoever's streaming this, because I gotta get it as it goes. So, all right, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed that. And please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, guys. Peace.